All right, welcome back on Pittsburgh CW. Bob Pompeani, Paul Zeise. It's the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. And for those of you who are new to our program, we do it 7 nights a week, always here and after Steeler games, like we will do this Sunday. Even though the game's on Fox, we'll be on the 2 hours from 4 o'clock until 6 o'clock or whenever the game is over. So please join us on Pittsburgh CW. Chris Hoke will be here in studio with me. In the meantime, Paul and I are taking more of your calls. We begin with Mike in Ingram. Mike, welcome to the Sports Call. How are you?
Hey, Bob. How are you? Hey, I just wanted to ask a question. With the problems with Antonio Brown, with these new accusations, how does Robert Kraft, with his situation in massage parlors, stand up for Antonio Brown?
That's a very good question, Paul. I mean, he's got his own litigation to worry about, or at least, you know, they haven't done anything with that, and the league says they're going to wait until they hear the outcome, but I think that's a good call. How does he put up with anything that has anything to do with this?
Well, I mean, I think they're different allegations, aren't they? I mean, his is basically that he was paying somebody for service,
right,
as opposed to forcing his service upon somebody. So I think they're completely different allegations, and I think the other part of it is.
But there's a sensitivity issue.
There absolutely is. But if you remember, I'll give you an example. Robert Kraft drafted, what was that dude's name from Nebraska? Remember he drafted a lineman from Nebraska?
Oh, yeah.
And then it came out that he had all kinds of sexual assault allegations and whatnot. And Robert,
the name will come to me.
Yeah, and Robert Kraft's wife told Robert Kraft, this guy is an embarrassment. I can't believe you drafted him. I don't want him, you know, he shouldn't be a part of your, and they cut him the next day. So to me, based on that precedent, if Robert Kraft's wife, of course.
Well, he has a girlfriend now, no wife.
Oh, okay. So well, then that's different. But my point is,
maybe it's not different. Maybe she feels the same way, and maybe she should.
If the girlfriend feels the same way, maybe Robert Kraft will cut him tomorrow.
All right, let's go to Jamie in the Hill District. Jamie, welcome to the Sports Call. Go ahead.
Yes, what I want to say is if the general manager of the Oakland Raiders would have called Brown the N-word, he probably would never work before ever again. But then again, Kaepernick ain't working. But now they take Antonio Brown, the two most prominent, dominant people in the NFL, one a white owner and one of the best quarterbacks ever, and then they bring him in after he used a racial slur. Sad, unacceptable, and apprehensible.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Paul, I don't know how you feel about that, but to me, that was a racial slur that he used against Mike Mayock, and yet nothing from the NFL on that.
There's no question. I mean, it should have been punished. I mean, that's the bottom line. Either we punish racial slurs or we don't, and if we do, then it should have been punished.
And it goes both ways.
Exactly.
It has to. All right, that's going to do it. We're out of time. It goes fast. We have a lot to get into tonight. Paul, thanks, as always.
All right.
For Paul Zeise, I'm Bob Pompeani. Tune in. KDKA-TV Sports and News at 11 o'clock starts right now. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 10:35.